guys, welcome to the channel. I pray that you're blessed and that everyone around you is blessed as well. I'm Tina from Tina Wonderfully Made. If you are new, welcome. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you can join the Wonderfully Made family where we talk faith, family, and fiction. If you are returning, welcome back. Let's get into the video. So, yeah, it's windy out. I apologize if you hear like the background, but it's really windy today. I don't know what's going on. Michigan weather is really bipolar, and I've said that plenty of times because just a few days ago was it like almost 70, and then the next day it was like really rainy and crazy and cold. Today's windy, like really bad, so who knows. Anyways, we're talking about books that I had started a while back, never finished. So we're going to talk about those and then see if I'm going to read them or not. Which I'll probably do a separate video actually reading all the books that I have. So let's get started. And I really don't even remember when I started them. I know it was sometime last year, so I can probably tell you a few. I do have the bookmarks still in them. They were on my shelf, so when I start pulling them off the shelf, you'll see the bookmark hanging out. But the first one that I chose or took off my shelf was Of Woman and Salt by Gabriela Garcia. This one I believe I started last year in May. I think I was reading like mostly Hispanic books. I don't remember, to be honest, whatever. But this one says, from 19th century cigar factories to present day detention centers, from Cuba to Mexico, Gabriela Garcia's Of Women and Salt is a kaleidoscopic portrait of the betrayals, personal and political, self-inflicted, and those done by others, that have shaped the lives of these extraordinary women. A haunting meditation on the choices of mothers and the legacy of memories they carry, and a tenacity of women who choose to tell their stories despite those who wish to silence them. This is more than a diaspora story. It is a story of America's most tangled, honest human roots. It says, a sweeping, masterful debut about a daughter's fateful choice, a mother motivated by her own past, and a family legacy that begins in Cuba before either of them was born. So it looks like I got maybe halfway, unless I just stuck this in there and was gonna read it. I have no idea. I don't remember. So that's the first one. It is really windy out. Okay, the next one, let me see. We'll do this one. This one is called, this is a thriller, and it's called The Girl Next Door by Jack Ketchum. And I only got maybe 30 pages in. This says, a teenage girl is held captive and brutally tortured by neighborhood children. Based on a true story, this shocking novel reveals the depravity of which we are all capable. So, I believe when did I get this? I think I was out of town and went to a bookstore. So, this one sounds really good. I actually don't even remember reading it or like what it's started off to be. I have no idea. So, maybe we'll have to start it over. Let me get a sip of my coffee. How fitting. Okay, the next one I did start last year as well, and I just did not, I don't know if my brain wasn't working or what, but The Butterfly Garden by Dot Hutchinson. Anyways, this is supposed to be a really good book. I just did not understand what I was reading. And I got in like 50 pages. So I don't think I'll start it over, but who knows? I really don't even know what this is about. Beauty has never looked so terrifying. Near an isolated mansion lies a beautiful garden. In this garden grow luscious flowers, shady trees, and a collection of precious butterflies, young women who have been kidnapped and intricately tattooed to resemble their namesake. Okay, I think I kind of remember. Overseeing it all is the gardener, a brutal, twisted man obsessed with capturing and preserving his lovely specimens. So maybe we'll get to this one too. I don't think I'm gonna start it over because I'm already like 50 pages in. Everyone says it's really good, so we'll give it a shot. Comment down below, have you ever started a book that you didn't finish and that you came back to and was like, okay, that was really good? Because I'm hoping that's what these are. Okay, now the next one was, this one's like a big popular one too, and I think I started it last year, probably summertime. I'm not 100%, but it's In 5 Years by Rebecca Searle. This, like I said, is a huge book. Like, it's very popular. People say it's really good, and I don't know why I didn't finish it. It's a short read, like, and I only got 20 pages in, so I don't know. It's a Good Morning America, Marie Claire, and FabFitFun book club pick, so who knows? I don't know why I didn't finish that though. It's super short, like, whatever. And you know what? Let me read the back of it. It says, Dani Cohen lives her life by the numbers. She's nothing like her lifelong best friend, the wild, whimsical, believes in fate Bella. Dani's meticulous planning seems to have paid off after she nails the most important job interview of her career and accepts her boyfriend's marriage proposal in one fell swoop, falling asleep completely content. But when she awakens, she's suddenly in a different apartment with a different ring on her finger and beside a very different man. Dani spends exactly 1 hour, 5 years in the future before she wakes again in her own home on the brink of midnight, and it is 1 hour she cannot shake. In 5 years, it's an unforgettable love story, but it is not the one you're expecting. Okay, I need to finish that. That just sounds really good. What else did I start last year? Okay, this one I started in the summer, I remember, because I was reading summery books. I don't know if it was like June, July, August, one of those months. Actually, no, this, I think I read the other book. I think I got it a little bit later, but this one came out last year and was like a big thing, but I did read one other one. But anyways, this one is One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune, and I actually really liked the other book that I read. Oh, which one is it? I read Every Summer After. That's the one I read, and I actually really, really liked it. So I ended up grabbing this one when it came out, and I started it. I think I got to page 40 and just never finished. I don't know if it was because like that month ran out of time and I just didn't finish. I don't know. But this says, good things happen at the lake. That's what Alice's grandmother says, and it's true. Alice spent just one summer there at a cottage with Nan when she was 17. It's where she took that photo and the 3 grinning teenagers in a yellow speedboat, the image that changed her life. So this goes with Every Summer After. I don't know like the order in which they go, but this one is definitely the newer one. Like I said, I probably just didn't get to it because the month ran out and I wanted to get to my next TBR picks. So I'm excited to read this one, even though it's not summer yet. it's so cold here. I just want some summer vibes. So I do recommend Every Summer After. I really like that one. And I heard this one is just as good, so I'm excited to read this. This one I know I started in October because I was reading like spooky books in October. I got 34 pages in, and same thing, I think I just ran out of time and didn't finish. So that one is The Haunting of Alejandra by V. Castro. When I first started, I was like, okay, it's creepy. It's really creepy. It's just like a retelling of La Llorona. If you're part of the Mexican culture, if you even hung out with anyone from the Hispanic culture, you've heard the folktale La Llorona, where this woman drowns her kids in the lake, and then she comes as a ghost, and she's like crying for her kids and stuff like that. This one also is not a long book. It's under 300 pages. So I love the cover. For some reason, it's just so pretty. I wonder if they have the audiobook for this, because I feel like it would give extra spooky vibes. So I'm gonna have to look that up, but I'm excited to get into this one. It says Alejandra no longer knows who she is. To her husband, she's a wife, and to her children, a mother. To her own adopted mother, she is a daughter. But they cannot see who Alejandra has become, a woman struggling with darkness that threatens to consume her. Nor can they see what Alejandra sees, because she's starting to see like ghosts or like things. I know in the beginning she like sees stuff in the mirror in the bathroom. In times of despair, a ghostly vision appears to her, apparition of a crying woman in a ragged white gown. So, yeah, I'm excited to get to that one. Okay, and then this one, I want to say I started it or had it on my TBR. I don't know if it was like November, December time. But I don't know why I have not read it. This person is one of my favorite authors. If you know me, I have a few favorite authors. Comment down below who your favorite author is, or if you have multiple, let me know. See if we have the same like reading taste or the same like favorite author. So this one is Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I got 14 pages in. Same thing. I don't know if it was because I ran out of time or what, but I cannot wait to read this. This is also part of like an interconnected series. So the next one would be Yours Truly, and then Just for the Summer. Just for the Summer was by far my favorite. Like I did read, what is it? Oh, it's the yellow one, the yellow book. I don't remember, but it's part of another interconnected series. But Just for the Summer was definitely my favorite. So I've heard great things about this one. I heard a lot of great things about Yours Truly. So, and Part of Your World is like, just the title alone just gives me like Disney vibes for some reason. I don't know. Is that what you get to? I have no idea. But this is the last book in the stack, and so I definitely want to get to those and probably just do a whole video of me reading those books just to finish them, because every time I look at my shelf I see the little bookmarks hanging out, and I'm like, okay, I need to read those. So yeah. Also, we're gonna do an update on what I'm reading, because I have probably I'm reading 2 books. So after these 2, I'll have 2 more books, and I will have completed my March TBR, which is crazy because I think I had like 7 or 8 books. So I just finished The Atonement Child by Francine Rivers. Oh my gosh, 5-star without a doubt. I finished this in like a week, maybe maybe less. I could not put this book down, and my husband was like, "You're really into that book," and I was like, "Yeah," because I even had it on my Kindle. So every time we would leave, I'd be reading in the car. When I'd get home, I'd sit down and read. I'd come to my book room and sit down and read. It was so good. First of all, triggers. Trigger warning to the 10th power. So if you have, if like the abortion, I'm gonna put the word down. If those like trigger you, please, please, please do not read. It's not graphic because Francine Rivers is a Christian writer, and she just doesn't, she explains it well to where you know what she's talking about, but it's also very, very emotional. So it's about Dinah, and she is in college. She's working at this little diner. This is in the beginning. She, like, from the jump, you're like, what's gonna happen? So she's working late. Her fiance, because she's engaged, her fiance's doing some Bible study or something. So she was like, I'm just gonna have to take the bus, but the bus, I have to like catch it a couple blocks away to get back to the campus, because she also lives on campus. Something happens. She ends up getting pregnant, but she's trying to deal with what happened to her, the pregnancy, people telling her what to do, what not to do, like her family issues, stuff just, like, it's just crazy. This is like generational curse. This is like finding yourself. This book was beautiful, and I highly, highly recommend it. Like, highly recommend. Just absolutely beautiful. I was crying. Like, I did I really did cry. Because you don't really know what your family goes through before you were born until like something like this happens, or like other things happen and stuff just, opens up and just affects you in a crazy way. But anyways, this is redemption. It's just so beautiful. Forgiveness, all that stuff, just absolutely beautiful. I highly recommend. Now, this was the book that I swapped out because I said I wanted to read Frida McFadden book because I hadn't read anything from her in a while. I'm so glad I did. I had so much fun reading Dear Debbie. I finished this in, I believe, like, this actually I could have finished in like a day and a half, but I was too into The Atonement Child that I was not picking this up. So it took me like 4 days or something, but I wanted to finish that one. So, I mean, this is definitely a fast-paced thriller. Debbie. Then the twist at the end. So Debbie she writes for this short column in this like local newspaper. She gives advice to women. They're writing her like, hey, my kids don't want to eat, my husband doesn't like my food, my husband doesn't give me allowance, or like doesn't give me money to spend, or doesn't let me work. My husband, or like, I made my husband this scarf and he doesn't like it. And so she responds, but it's crazy. Like, but then she's had some stuff going on in her own life that's just twisted. Don't mess with Debbie. Do not mess with Debbie. And her children, don't mess with her children. Just don't. Just let her be. Let her do her thing, okay? I gave this like 4.5 stars because I was like cackling. I was shocked. I was confused. It was so good. Definitely a Frida McFadden book. Like, and how did she come up with these stories so fast? That's what I want to know. Like, did she already have them on backlog? Like, is she just they're in her hard drive and she's just like, you know what, we're gonna publish this one? Like, girl, calm down. Let us finish the book so we have on our shelf, and then you can come out with more. But then again, don't, because we need more of these, okay? So definitely recommend this one. If you have not picked it up, I highly recommend it. Now, what I'm reading right now is I started The Night Road by Kristen Hanna, and I am like almost 40 pages in. I'm also writing in here just a few little things, or highlighting a few things. I'm not gonna like put tabs or anything, but I'm gonna highlight or like underline things that stick out to me. So far it's so good. I think it's starting to pick up a little bit more, but one thing I love about Kristen Hanna is her detail. Like, you actually feel like you are in the book or in the story or one of the characters, like, and I already see myself in one of these characters. So like that, I don't know, I heard that it's a really sad book, but I haven't gotten there yet. I have like made some faces, but I haven't cried. I have heard that it's really good. And then the next one that I started last night, and I only got to chapter 2, only a few pages in. First Light Wins by Ashley Elston. I heard also it's kind of crazy, so you have to pay attention. It's like real twisty and stuff, so yeah, you have to really pay attention. So far it's just introducing who Ryan is and Evie. They're just like hanging out with their friends, and then that's it. Like, I haven't got much into it, so I'm gonna do some reading. And yeah, so far it's keeping my attention. I just started like really late last night, and I was like, I'm gonna go to bed instead. So anyways, with that being said, make sure to keep an eye out for the video that I'm hopefully going to do reading these or finishing these up. It probably won't be out for a while, so yeah. And let me get to reading. So remember that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Talk to you later. Bye.